Hi guys, Puddin here with the game for you in my Tier 8 Premium Japanese Destroyer, the Harekaze. My captain skills are Priority Target, Adrenaline Rush, Last Stand, Survivability Expert, Basic Fire Training, IFHE, and Concealment. Now my modules are going to be Protect my main batteries, Better Aiming, Protect my engines, Faster Turning Rudder, and last but not least, more Concealment. Now you might be thinking, Jesus, Puddin, another Harekaze video. Well, I'm sorry about that. This is one of my go-to ships for certain missions, torpedo heads, caps. It's one of my go-to ships. And number two, I really, truly enjoy playing the ship. I don't care if I'm bottom tier, top tier, mid tier. To me, this thing is just a powerhouse in every tier. But last but not least, the reason you're seeing this is because poor Sneaky is having some computer issues, which means Spider or myself had to get a DD for you guys, and Spider's got a lot of homework, which means I had to get a DD for you guys. As you can see, we're on Tears of the Cruiser, whatever you want to call it now. It's Epicenter. I'm going to go to the center and try to do, well, what any high concealment destroyer should be doing, contesting the center. But with both of them being busy and kind of being told Friday, hey, we need a DD for Monday. I'm like, well, you know what? I might as well pull out good old Reliable. Now, I was, playing other destroyers. I just didn't have the most exciting or the best results in them. I might have been high damage, but it was a lot of, I was just being really sneaky, torping stuff, usually coming in second or third, which is still fine, but the reason I chose this one is because prior to this game I was actually playing some battleships. This is prior to me being informed we need a DD for Monday. I kind of just put this off to the side as a just in case we need a destroyer video. And look, just in case we need a destroyer video. Now you see I sent Torps down to one channel because that's where most people tend to go, and I was hoping to catch a destroyer off guard. As you can see, I'm APing the broadside of a gearing. The AP on this is real. These are the 100 mil guns, which is why I'm running IFHE. But I sent Torps through there to try to discourage any destroyer. It's kind of a high destroyer count game, and anyone coming this way. But to get back on to why I chose this one is, it was a frustrating day. I get a torpedo on something in a flood. It was a frustrating day, and you know what? The teams just didn't seem to be of the highest caliber teammates. So instead of continuing playing, a battleship or a cruiser, just getting flustered, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna play a ship I enjoy. This game is really was going to be the make or break whether or not I continued playing for the day. This was actually game number 4. Usually I'll go 3 games, quit, go play something else, and then come back to ships. Said to hell with it, I'll give one more go. I'll play my Harekaze. Now, you know what? If you're having very rough, bad days in ships, you're not having fun, which is why you're playing a game at the end of the day, is to have fun. Quit, play a different tier, stop your grind if you're grinding, play a different game, take a break for a while. Everybody needs a break from, the grind, the ships, this game, most people need some sort of break from every once in a while just to maintain the enjoyment factor. Your enjoyment factor may be being the idiot going down the middle in two brothers and hey, whatever, who am I to tell you that's not fun? But enjoyment for me is winning. Uh, if it is a very tight, good, close battle, both teams slugging it out, and it's a seesaw, it could go either way. That's also fun. Coming back from, what looks like defeats, for me, winning is enjoyable. This is one of the ships I feel like I can contribute the most. I can control any and all engagements. I can dictate what I want to do, not what the enemy is going to force me to do. Now you see somebody ask for shots out on Des Moines. I sent torpedoes because if he keeps reversing, great. Kablow, torps are going to hit you, but if not, maybe somebody else will finish you off. But at this point, I'm thinking, you know what? Oh Jesus, this just looks like a freaking steamroll. I've barely done any damage. We just kept mid, which means, you know what? There's no destroyer mid. Oh look, now we're getting the second ring. So now I start thinking, okay, they still have 3 destroyers. We have 3 destroyers. Where do their DDs go? And I'm thinking, well, maybe they fell back with their team because they were getting flustered for not, really supporting them or putting any sort of pressure on the center. As you can see, the guys that kind of did go towards where I initially sent torps, you know what? We've got a very strong force there. Now, the thing with getting a lead and a ship advantage like this is you can feel complacent. You can feel like, this is a pushover. There's no way that these guys can come back and win. Well, let me tell you something. I know for a fact the ARP Hindenburg is good, and I know the NATO Musashi is good. Most of those clans at least have some sort of standards, i.e. you must have some sort of decent WTR and win rate to even be considered to play in the clan. So I know that this is not going to be an easy game with those 2 guys still around. Now, the great thing that I think that makes Harekaze the best DD around is you do get the choice between 3 gun setups. You get the Kagero stock torps, which are very workable, and the Kagero detection when you go full stealth build. Which means you will, for 9 times out of 10, always own the spotting game. Now, I took some shots on the Hindenburg because, well, I knew I was going to get behind this island and nothing can see me. I sent torps to discourage him from potentially running down into the center. I was kind of hoping he would turn out and not do what he's going to do and turn in. And this is what I mean by I know this guy's a good player. I believe his plane spotted this. If not, his hydro might have been running. But the other thing is a DD just shot at him, went behind an island. Why would a DD be shooting if he didn't have torpedoes? I was trying to maybe make him think I sent them somewhere else than where I did. I get hit with some lag, but instead of continuing to shoot out in the open, I decide against it. I see the gearing drop torps, and what I start thinking is, slow down, smoke, start shooting. But I actually decide against that, because what ship is a lot better at slowing down, sitting in their smoke, and shooting? The gearing that is on center with me. So what I decide is just going to keep ships spotted and let the gearing decide if he wants to smoke, if he has smoke, and potentially shoot at, Hindenburg, the Musashi here. Now the other thing is, if you hear some sort of clicking, it is me muting my mic so you don't have to hear all of my sniffles and coughing. I'm gonna apologize for it, but I'm not. I just want you guys to know what the clicking is. If you did not know, I have recently gotten a new mic, and it's been about a week and a half since I've been using this. But as you can see, I'm just maintaining my presence, trying to keep things spotted. Nothing is going to be able to outspot me. Worst case scenario is I run up to another Harekaze or a Kagero that's full stealth build and we spot each other at the same time. Now, I'm kind of hoping that my torps are going to hit the Musashi, but I kind of sent them a little bit long range. He is reversing, so these things kind of have some distance to make up. But I didn't want to go fully all the way out there to get to Musashi. Now I'm going to shoot my guns a little bit here because I want to get pressure off of whatever the Hindenburg is shooting at. As you can see, you know what, I'm getting nice chunks of damage even with AP on broadside cruiser. I see there's the spotter plane. Decide I'm going to turn my AA on and pray to God that the lottery hits and I shoot it down. But once again, I decided to use my guns to go after the Hindenburg because I knew there was an island coming up. And you know what, like I was saying earlier, is, you know, like, we kind of had this game in the bag, but at this point, the enemy is starting to come back on ships. I start thinking, you know what, I'm going to have to slow down and actually start shooting things and playing a little bit, I hate to say this, but a little bit for me, and try and help the team out a little bit more because they just seem to be having, you know, a hard time dealing with, you know, a couple of these ships, mainly Hindenburg and this Musashi. Now the Musashi is reversing, but I see he is turning because he wants to maintain an angle against the battleships that are pushing up on him. We lose sight of him, but I'm like, oh, gosh darn it. Change on the Hindenburg, you know what? I did get a fire on the Musashi, so you know what, hey, just let it burn. Let it deal with it, but poor Hindenburg, or poor me, the Hindenburg is out of my gun range. I believe I sent torps against the Hindenburg, even though I was targeted against the Musashi. The Musashi starts moving up, and we are getting him coming in and out of detection. But this is what I mean, is this game, while it may look like we have this in a bag, can really still go either way. They are starting to come back with their ships. A couple of them are low health. There's a lot of us that are low health. This has been an all-around good battle. Poor Musashi's just, you know, just overwhelming firepower right now with, you know, me shooting, the Garen shooting. Now, for whatever reason, the Garen decided to shoot when he was not in smoke. And this could be a little bit where, like I was saying, like, oh, you know what, we got this game in a bag, there's no big deal. Now, I have all of my health, so I'm going to start using it. Want to take some of the pressure off of the gearing. Trying to destroy or incapacitate his torps tubes. Also set fires like I just did. Now that the gearing's dead, I'm thinking, ah, crap, now I have to gun down a Hindenburg. I hope that fire sticks. And I see HE shells coming in from something else. And I'm like, really? Turpitz is shooting HE? I hope to God he wasn't. I hope that was his secondaries. But the Hindenburg dies. We lose our Moskva. And then it's really, you know, a 4v3 right now. But there's 2 DDs per team. Do believe they have a battleship. We have a battleship and a cruiser. Now, I do make some mistakes coming up here, but they are very little mistakes, and they kind of were calculated risk. I believe at the time they needed to be done, but for whatever reason, the Des Moines is pushing up the Des Moines does not need to push up. He needs to kind of stay hidden a little bit. He's, somebody spots the French battleship. I pinged the map earlier. I called out where there was a smoke cloud. He had to have known that they were coming in for a push here. Now, what the Des Moines in this case should have done was stop, reverse, get out of any sort of detection. And I'm thinking, okay, this guy's not spotted, and then he shoots. He might have been spotted. I could have been wrong. Of course, he was probably spotted because there is the gearing. Now, I start opening up on the gearing because, he's low health. We need to get rid of him. I got torps going out against the French battleship. And luckily for us, the Des Moines makes the correct call, ignores the battleship, and starts putting shots in on the gearing. Now, what I'm trying to do is get in front of where the Des Moines was and potentially give him a smoke cloud, but of course he died prior to me actually getting in position. Now, I'm not shooting, I'm not using my smoke because I don't plan on sitting here and shooting either one of these guys. I'm trying to save my smoke for me actually being able to, use it correctly. Not going to say that Des Moines royally screwed up, but he didn't know where the Republic was, and he was using the best, his best option that I do believe he thought of at the time. Now, our Tirpitz, on the other hand, well, he's extremely low health. Why are you pushing center to try to tank a battleship? Not the brightest idea. I sent one set of torpedoes, noticed that this guy really wasn't maintaining his course, that he was going to be turning. I'm like, you know what? Do I slow down and shoot? And then I see the Tirpitz's health. I'm like, this guy's not going to make it. See the torp warnings. I'm like, do I slow down, smoke up, shoot? And I really should have done it a little bit sooner, but I was trying to get in front of the Tirpitz's line of sight so he can maintain spotting. And at this point, I'm just praying to God he's got a plane up to keep the Republic spotted. I land 2 torp hits, got a flood. I saw there was a fire on him earlier, which means if he is not burning or flooding, he used his DCP and I need to just continually shooting him. Now, with this guy being as close as he is, I am moving, but I should have been ripple firing. Even though I'm shooting as fast as I did, I should have been ripple firing just to make it a little bit harder for this guy to shoot. Well, to shoot me. He's getting in closer, which means, he can really... It's not going to take much for him to actually get a solid shot in on me. The other thing is he's pushing really close to outright detecting me while I'm shooting with my guns. I get the fire, which is what I wanted, and then, wow, did he get a lucky shot in there. Now, I figured this guy was going to turn in towards me and not speed up like he did. But you know what? I've got the fire. I still need to get out of dodge. He dies to my fire. And it's now down to 2 DDs versus 2 DDs. The Gearing's low health. I'm low health. The Shimmy's got most of his health. The enemy Shimmy. Our Shimmy is low health. So in reality, the enemy Shimmy can gun both of us down. We have the points. They're running out of time. There's no way for these guys to win except for kill all. I'm going to type that in chat. You know what? Just run. Or I did a little bit earlier. I do the, GG. I didn't think the Gearing was as close as he was. I sent one set of torps because why not? And I shouldn't have done that. I should have just been maintaining my speed and running straight. Now, I should have switched to my guns a lot sooner, but I was kind of hoping to avoid detection because I don't want to get into a gunfight. Well, now I'm forced to get into this gunfight, but luckily for us, the Shimmy is helping us. The Gearing dies, And that really secures the win. And now, guys, we're just going to let this play out and check out the post-battle results. Now, just remember, if you are having a bad day, a frustrating day, go play a ship you really enjoy. I really enjoy my Harekaze. I usually do fairly decent, usually in the top 5 in a ship, even on losses. It's very rare for me not to have a fun game, a good game, but there are those times when I don't. And if you are get frustrating with the game, take a break. Just walk away. Go do something else for an hour or 15 minutes or however long you need to just get your head refocused in on the game. Now, I hope you guys really did enjoy this replay. We do appreciate all the support you guys do give us. We love the replays you send in. The email for that is in the description down below. I want to apologize for maybe the rush job of this Harekaze video, but like I said, this was kind of dropped in on the last moment, and I'm doing the best that I can for you guys. I apologize for the all sass with me being all over the place, but I was sick. I'm better now. Please remember to compliment good teamwork, good team play. We are quick to report, slow to compliment. And on that note, guys, please hit that like and subscribe button and have yourselves one heck of a great day.